want to talk a little bit about sex because this is something I'm asked about all the time. This is a very unusual time with all of these instructions on 6 feet away and don't do this and keep a mask on. Well, how are you supposed to be intimate and with whom? And I've been asked so many questions about, well, should we just all be abstinent and give up having sex for this entire year? And I say, no, we should not. But this is not the time to go out and explore with total strangers either, if that's your thing. This is the time to be even cautious about what you do with even people in your pod. And I think what Cynthia meant by pod was people you live with, you see all the time. So the understanding is you're not going to go out and interact at a rock concert. You're going to avoid large crowds and use the safety precautions of masks and 6 feet when you interact with people, and get vaccinated. But here's the love of your heart in your pod. What do? Suppose your love of your heart doesn't always tell the truth, or you don't really know what your passionate lover is doing. Then you have to pretend like they're doing something that could infect you. We now know that all the droplets that come out of our mouths when we talk, when we yell, laugh, sing, are the ones that are carrying this virus. And we have to be careful about putting our mouths on anything and anyone that we don't know anything about. That means kissing can sometimes be risky. And that's not a good message to have to convey, because I know so many people are suffering from being lonely and not having anybody to love or to love them. But the reality is that this is not the time for you to relax all your concern and just close your eyes and be swept away, because you don't want to be swept away into having COVID. That is no picnic. It really, truly isn't. So watch what you do with your mouth. If you're touching someone, you really need to have an honest conversation about their activities and how rigorous they've been in terms of protecting themselves. If they are honest and you note that they are not interacting with other people that they don't know, so they're not exposing themselves and then exposing you, you might want to take a chance. And I say take a chance unless you see their test scores and be intimate with them. Protect yourself from any outcome that you don't want to have to deal with. And that means condoms, birth control, anything that is a barrier to any kind of body fluid moving into you. And women know exactly what I'm talking about. Body fluids can be a blessing when you want them and a curse when you don't. So you have to be very honest with your partner. This is not the time for me to get pregnant. This is not the time for me to get a sexually transmitted disease that I don't know that I'll ever be able to get rid of. And I certainly don't want to have HIV. So with that, let's plan. And this is with your clothes on, right? This is a conversation like a business in a bank. You wouldn't go into a bank and say, just do with your money, with my money as you like. No.
Absolutely. Clothes on, lights on.
Thank you. And keys in hand if you're someplace that you don't know, so you can get out if this is not your spot, all right? This is a negotiation. If both of you agree, then you know what you're going to use and what you're going to do and not do, all right? That's the way sex has to be. And quite personally, those are good tips for sex anytime. Talk about it first. Both of you agree. No surprises, no upset. It can be just as exciting when you know this person cares enough about you to protect you from what they've got and vice versa.